Hey everyone, Laura with Pampered Chef here. It's homemade hamburger helper night. Now I know everybody's on a budget, and I grew up eating that box stuff, and this is a way easier way to do it, and it's totally doable. So I'm going to show you a little couple of tricks that I'm going to do though. One is I actually am tripling the amount of meat so I can freeze it. And the pasta is in our Dutch oven, but this is the cookware that I love. This right here is our non-stick stainless steel. So I've already browned our hamburger meat, added our salt and pepper. Here's a couple of things. I didn't have fresh mushrooms. They really do make a difference, but when you're in a pinch, those canned mushrooms can serve their purpose. Now if you don't like mushrooms, and I don't, I like the flavor, but not the texture. So I chopped them up really fine in the manual food processor because I don't like them. Now, because I am making a big batch of this and I'm going to freeze it, I'm going to use the whole can of tomato paste. But this recipe only calls for a tablespoon. So what you can do is take a Ziploc bag and put it in there and then flatten it and freeze it. And then break it up. So you'll always have, because they don't make tomato paste in really tiny increments. This is bigger, right? So it's, what are you going to do with it? You open a can and then what are you supposed to do? So that's one thing I like is freezing. So I'm going to put this in, okay, and we want to incorporate all the meat. Now you can totally add in other stuff. I did add in garlic, about 6 or so garlic cloves to this. The recipe doesn't call for garlic, but I feel that garlic needs to be in every dinner dish almost. So you're going to cook this in, and you want to cook it to where the tomato paste starts to brown. That means it's incorporated and it gets that full flavor. We're also going to add some flour, okay? So this flour is just going to thicken up our dish when we add in our noodles. Now remember, I have my noodles cooking here, and water doesn't have flavor. So I used, because I didn't have beef bouillon. Who runs out of beef bouillon? Anyway, I had the roasted garlic bouillon, so I used that. And so we're just stirring this up and incorporating it all, okay? And because I'm doing such a big batch, the cool part about this is I'm not going to add it in with my noodles because this I'll freeze. And then in another week or 2 weeks when we feel like having this again, I can thaw this and just make another batch of noodles. So what I will do is incorporate all this stuff and then serve it separately. I won't mix the noodles in. That way, on a busy night, like tonight, we have church tonight, but some, you know, whatever you've got going on, if you have meetings or kids stuff, this is a great way. You just pull this bag out, you'll label it Hamburger Helper Meat. And that way it's all ready to go. You'll just have it thawing in your fridge, put it in a bowl the night before, and all you have to do is cook your pasta, whether in a traditional sense, or you can do it right here in the quick cooker, whatever you want, but it's super easy to do, okay? So now that I've done all this, we're gonna add some Dijon mustard. This is Pampered Chef's Dijon mustard. You can add regular or not, that's up to you, okay? And for some flavor, and you add sour cream, okay? And it says to add about 1/4 cup, so I'm going to add in about 1/2 cup. So for you type A people, and I'm type A, but when it comes to my cooking, I am an eyeballer. So if eyeballing just causes you anxiety, don't worry, I'll post the recipe for you so that you'll have those exact measurements if that really doesn't float your boat. So this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a separate bowl. I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to put in the pasta and incorporate it, and we have homemade hamburger helper with the help of some cheddar cheese. So I'll post a picture later. Thanks everyone.